All right, good morning. Good morning. How's everybody today? Last trading day of the year. Good morning, Predator. Good morning, Kid Poker. Good morning. Last trading day of the year here. So today, for protection, I did not log into anything other than my Bulenox accounts. That way I can't accidentally select the wrong chart. Yeah, that's probably a good idea, I would imagine. We did take one long play first thing this morning. Good morning with no fear, Riggedy. Now the code's no good. In fact, I probably should go ahead and take that video down. That code was only good until it was like a flash sale for just a few hours. It was only good until midnight last night, unfortunately. Unfortunately. So let's go ahead and delete that. Done. Yeah, I got it up as soon as I found out about it. So it did drop overnight. Might be some better chances today. We'll see. Yeah, no problem, Crypto Panda. As soon as I found out about it, I posted in Discord and then posted it. Made a community post and all that good stuff. But unfortunately, I don't know why they just did it for a few hours there, but that's what they did. Let me look today and see. I haven't been looking to see if there's any news this week because I know there's no red folder. But I saw yesterday at 1 o'clock, after I ended the stream, we had a pretty big drop. I think it was one of those, was it some sort of bond auction or something yesterday at 1? Let me see. Actually, I don't know. We have CPI. No, wait, that's not us. Oil, 1 o'clock. Chicago PMI. Oh, wait, we do have Chicago PMI today. 945. How's it going, Dave? Was it a bond yesterday? I don't see it. I must be overlooking it. I was just curious if it was. Yesterday. Oh, I guess I wasn't looking at yesterday. Yeah, yesterday it was a bond. 7-year note auction. Had some pretty decent movement for that yesterday. So today, 9:45, we do have some Chicago PMI news. We'll see what happens. See if that gives us some movement. So it hit the 1770 price. Yeah, it did. Had a reaction off that. If you zoom to the left, there is a, I think on the 15-minute, there was a gap over here somewhere. Right there. So it hit that gap there and kind of respected it. Order block. Bounced out of there. Actually, no, I'm wrong. I'm looking at the wrong one here. Here it is. So this over here, which doesn't look like much, actually, to be honest. I mean, this thing definitely has more room to the downside. I don't see much stopping it to maybe go all the way down to the 30s. But I have a feeling that we're just going to push today. I mean, you could be bearish, but I don't know. I just have this feeling that we're going to push. We'll see what happens. We shall see what happens. The Trader Oracle says it's Kid Poker's time all down today. And I just said I think it's going to go up. I mean, I don't know. You know, who knows really? We did take one trade this morning. If you guys see here, it's pretty simple setup to read. We swept the Asia low, which was left intact during London. Swept the low. Created a bearish gap here. We inversed it. So I took the long off the inversion and just kind of targeted the swing there. I think 9 points. Nothing crazy. So you could have taken it on the lower time frame too, but I just waited for the 5 minute to close above, or It didn't close above, but it only had a few seconds left on it, and I jumped in. But we'll see what happens here at open. We will see what happens. As long as the ES kind of holds that 28 area, it's what Mancini's called out this morning, then he believes that we continue to push up. We lose 28. We sell down 23s, lose 23s. Maybe we see the 08s, so on and so forth, 04s. But we'll see what happens. No guessing. Good morning, Paul. Overnight gave signs in either direction. Yeah. I feel like it might go up, but I don't know. We'll just see what price offers us. We have this large, well, it's not large, but there's a 15-minute gap right there above us. I think that's 15. Might be 5. I think it's 15, though. You got, yeah, it's 15. So if we kind of close above that, we close above this area here, then we at least kind of see the London highs, I would imagine. That may not offer an entry. You just have to kind of ride the momentum, but we'll see. Excuse me, guys. Sorry to keep coughing. I'm out of cough drops. Probably, we may get a little move here at open, but probably chop around here until that news comes out. Currently, you're thinking up as well, but you have to see. People could go by that and see overnight and just sell like crazy. Yeah, very well could. You don't know until you know, right? Let's let the market tell us what it's going to do. We're going to we're going to limit our trades today to 1 to 2 trades. Kind of took too many trades yesterday, which I knew. I mean, that's not, not anything outside the norm there. We took a few too many trades. Just being aggressive, just on an eval. So we're just on an eval today, guys. We're not gonna risk our funded accounts. I don't even know that I'll trade them the first week of the new year. We'll see. I probably will, but we'll see what the action gives us. So we'll see. I guess I could. Let's show you guys the newsletter. Good morning, Hot Streak. Well, here's Mancini's tweet. Basically just saying 48.28 was the key support, 36 first target, tested it 5 times, ping-ponging between 28.36 all day. Plan today, same drill. As long as 28 holds, 38.47 up next. 28 fails, we dip 23.15. There you go. And we're kind of like right there at the 28 area now, so that's why I'm thinking maybe we push. Oracle. I think Oracle will be pressing buttons. Come on, guys, let's be honest. Come on, Oracle, you're not fooling anybody. You're going to be pressing some buttons. Come on. Maybe in the sim. Sim would be a good idea. But you'll probably press some buttons. I did watch your video yesterday, Oracle. I watched it on TV, though, so I wasn't able to comment. But as always, we do appreciate the shout-out. Now, if you guys are not subscribed to Trader Oracles, not many people in here, but if you're not, then check them out. Get some good content. I won't tell everybody what you were doing to that green candle yesterday, Oracle, when you were short. Uh, does it works? Yeah. Did you say it does work or it doesn't work? Oh, it still works? Oh. Some people told me it wasn't working. Crypto Panda knows. Hot Streak knows. Probably. It's still showing up on my under my coupons, but for whatever reason, when I tested it this morning, it didn't work either. So it still shows up here, but it's not. I don't know if it's valid. Somebody test it now. Make sure. See if it works or not. If not, you can do the 75%. So this is your normal, your intraday trailing drawdown. So I don't know. Maybe it works. Maybe it doesn't. I'm not sure. I had someone message me at like 1 a.m. and said it didn't, or not message me, post in the Discord. So I don't know if it's working. Kid's going to have all kind of new cussing. Yeah. That's right. Goodness gracious. I'm going to have to find a cough drop or something. Do I have any more? I think I have some in the car. Do I? I don't know. Oh, you just signed up? Nice. Well, Oracle's saying the code's still working, so maybe they extended it. I don't know. I know someone sent me a thing. Who was that in the Discord? Yeah, it was Karn in the Discord. He was getting the coupon expired. And this was at 12:43 a.m. Okay. Well, if it's still working, it's still working. Let me message Karn and tell him then. They probably chose one of the wrong options out of there. Oh, yeah. That could be too. Does it say? Oh, it could be because he doesn't have a. It might be because he doesn't have an account. I don't know. Excuse me. Well, if the 90%'s still working, guys, hit it up. I haven't seen anything new from Topstep. Or not Topstep, from APEX. Has anybody posted anything new? Let me look. No, I don't see anything new from APEX yet. Man, you would expect APEX to do something eventually, though, right? Maybe not. Excuse me. Hold me. I'm not only doing micros. I just that's just today. I'm going to do micros just so I can scale. Normally I do minis. 33 Capital. Good morning. Good morning. Yeah, they're not having any deals, so I like Topstep. I mean, I like Topstep still. I think they're good. It's just I like the end of day drawdown, but it doesn't affect me all that much on the trading style I use. We've got 2 minutes here until we open. And we will be back to our normal high-frequency scalping coming into the new year. just wasn't working all that well with the chop action that we've been having. So visible apex may hold off to sell so that the customers are starving for sale. Yeah, you're not wrong. You are not wrong about that. We will be starving. I'm starving for a sell now. Starving for a sell. We bounce up to 17,100, then down. I mean, that actually seems logical, right? This is kind of where the VWAP is. That 15-minute bearish gap there as well. So that's a logical assessment. But to me, if we close above this gap, especially on the 15-minute, then I don't see how we don't see the highs. But actually, is that where the VWAP actually is? I don't know. I guess we'll just go with that today. I don't have the other chart open to know. So I think if we kind of 90, yeah, I think if we can push above 90 there. All right, here we go. Let's see what happens on this first candle up. Pulling back. ES testing the 28s now, down to 27. Right there at open, trying to bounce there. See if this ES holds here. I think we start to rip up here. There we go. Right into the 96. I just took a quick long on the express funded there just based on that. ES and Nasdaq kind of got into a little rhythm right there together. Started pushing. $200 winner, nothing crazy. That will be the only trade we take on that account today. So there you are. Oracle tested the 99s. Well, I guess 97, 98. Like I said, on the 15-minute, this is a 15-minute gap. We need to close above this to kind of, you know, to make me believe that we're going to push up into the London high. Up there at the 131s. But let's see what happens here. You see this inversion from this morning still holding. That's a 5-minute inversion that I have marked out there from this morning. Goodness. So let's just see what we got. Can we get through the VWAP and get going? Also trading up into a little bearish gap here in the 1 minute. Let's check the 5. Just curious. Still holding that gap there on the 5-minute too. Pulling back here, pulling back. ES still pushing. I expect the Nasdaq to get going here. ES yet to make it to the VWAP. Nasdaq should get above VWAP and get going. That's the expectation right now. We'll see. ES pushing. Tested 27. Now just pushing out of there. Not really doing much, though, to be honest. Might be waiting on that news. Yeah, it does look bullish so far, but if we don't break above that VWAP there, then all is for nothing. We can delete that 5-minute one. We kind of... Did we close above it? Oh, actually, we didn't. Well, just barely. ES looking much stronger here. It's approaching the VWAP there. Nasdaq still lagging behind. If you guys haven't already, hit the like button, subscribe if you're not yet subscribed, and apparently the 90% sell from Bulenox is still going on, so we'll throw that, let me throw that code. Over here somewhere. There's that code. Pulling back here, ES still pushing. Interesting. Oracle short is playing out nicely. He's out for many thousands of dollars already. Nasdaq coming to the lows here. Yeah, still pushing. Peter Hendry's trading dodgy today. It's funny that everybody thinks that I trade dodgy every day. I literally, I took some of his trades on a practice account one day last week. Watch all my streams, Peter. Check them out. See if that's what I trade. But no, I'm trading the inversion strategy today and this week. It's not my normal strategy, but that's what I'm doing. Already took one trade this morning pre-market. You can see it right here. And I took another trade right over here. That just for $200. That has nothing to do with that strategy. Just a momentum trade. But I do like the strategy. Yes, I do like it, and I do use it. Yeah, not looking bullish. Well, ES is still holding here. ES still holding, pushing. But guys, if you, I mean, like people keep asking me about the dodgy thing. If you pay for information, it's yours to use, right? So it's mine to do whatever I want to do with, right, at the end of the day. So but no, I can trade myself just fine. Thank you. Now, don't get me wrong. I like Dodgy. I like his strategy. I like the strategy that he's, the inversion strategy. I don't want to call it his strategy because he didn't invent it. He just, he's just tweaked it a little bit, and I do like it. And that's the reason why I use it sometimes. That's the greatest sign of respect, right? When you use someone else's strategy, in my opinion. So I don't know why people make a big deal out of it. Anyone who's been watching my channel, you know that I use the high frequency trading, the high frequency scalping strategy that Cami Capital was using. Dave Teaches FX, Stoic TA. I've used ICT stuff. I've used Patrick stuff. I've used a lot of stuff. So you use the information that is given to you to try to learn and get better. That's what you do. And if taking trades on a practice account is a crime, copying someone's trade on a practice account, then I don't know what to tell you. So starting to rip back up here. I don't really see any entries here just yet. I mean, what did that wick down do? Not much, right? Just kind of ran some lows there, but there's nothing in here. We got the news in about 4 minutes. We'll probably wait for that news, and then we'll look for an entry and see what happens. Maybe we get some movement out of that news. It'd be nice. Let's get like a nice 60, 70 point move. I don't know that we will, but that would be nice, right? Get a nice big move. Sure would be nice. Like I said, we got that 3-star news coming out. What is that anyway? What did we say it was? CPI? Chicago PMI. 3 minutes here. Yeah, I don't know that the news will do much, but we'll see. I mean, it might. It certainly might. ES still pushing and pushed up to the VWAP there and kind of holding right there at that spot. They might be front running this news here a little bit. Do we get the old dip and rip today? What do we get? Dip and rip? That's kind of what I'm thinking. Let's get a little dip and rip going. What's my win rate on my normal strategy, Peter? I don't know. Probably like 70%, 65, 70. The reason I started looking into the inversion, number one, I saw Dodgy did a live stream maybe like a week and a half ago, 6 or 7 days ago. That's when I actually first found Dodgy. I didn't know who he was before then. I saw him on Casper. I think it was Casper. He did a video with Casper, but I didn't know who he was before that. Then I saw his live stream, and I was like, oh, that's interesting. I've seen inversions before. I've used them before, but not in that way. I normally use the 15-second time frame, and I do high frequency scalping. I have a video on my channel for it if you want to check it out, but we can give you a quick look into it since we got a minute or two here before the so basically all I'm doing is I look for a swing high to be taken, a swing low to be taken, and then a retracement for a continued move down. So basically, I would, I fib the leg that makes the manipulation, and then I take my entry off that. That's my normal strategy, and we're going to go back to that at the new year. And I'll probably still throw in some of the inversion stuff that I see. I like that one setup for life that they have there with the news. That's very, very interesting to me. And I'm not an expert at this at all by any means, by any stretch of the imagination. So we make mistakes. I mean, just like anybody does. So, but yeah, typically that's what we look for. Kind of a high, a low, a higher high, and then a retracement for a continuation move higher. So like here, a high, a low, and then if this moved above, I would wait for a retracement and then continue higher. Kind of like a breaker block, or I don't know what ICT calls that. Is it? I guess that's kind of like a breaker block, something like that. Buy signal candles, then sell signal. Yeah, that's true. Ripped all the YouTube traders that sell courses. Yeah, I don't sell a course. I'll never sell a course, no matter, you know. This won't be something that I do. I didn't see the Eamon. Guess we'll check that out. All right, here we go, guys. Let's see. Here we go. Are we going to get the dip and the rip? Excuse me. Well, that was anticlimactic. Oh, nice, Wiz No Fear. Oh, yeah. Does anybody know how to pin that comment? I don't know how. Do I got to do it over here in the OBS? I don't know how to do it. Yeah, I guess we can just change the WV6KK. All right, I just updated the banner. Well, that news was disappointing, right? Didn't do anything. Some 3-star news there. Lower than expected. But Peter, I appreciate you watching. I don't claim to be any kind of great trader. No, anybody here will tell you that that's been watching me. I don't claim to be like a great trader, but I do know what I'm doing to a certain degree. And I think I'm a fast learner. So, that's what we go with. All right, starting to pull back here. ES kind of rejecting the VWAP there. NQ doing the same thing. A little double top action here. CPI and FOMC, yeah. It'll be kind of nice to have a week with news. This week's been pretty sluggish with no news, as far as red folder news goes. What time is it? 9:47. The dog is barking. All right, we can change. We can just delete this Asia low. We don't need that now. Or did I actually put it on there twice? I'm just going to kind of mark out the high and the low here. I do not know what he's barking at. I may have to bark back at him. Thank you, Peter. Thank you. Thank you. Excuse me. I am gonna have to go find a cough drop or something, guys. I'm like, my throat's just dry. It's not. I'm not sick. You guys ever had that where you're like, where you talk so much your throat's just dry? Yeah, dog things. Max is telling me the short. I don't know about that. Maybe. Maybe he's telling me the short. I don't want a short, though. I don't want a short yet. I do to want a short yet, just not. I mean, I do think we push up into the. I mean, it's tough to say, right? I'd rather just wait for this to close above here. Then we can be pretty certain that it's going to go to the highs, which that's not a huge. It's not a huge run by any stretch, but let's be a little more patient. Yesterday, I kind of tried to force things a little bit there, and it's never good to do that. Never good to force things. Let's just wait, see what happens. ES pulling back now, probably going to retest the lows here on the ES. Let's see if it holds here. You're thinking about a long soon? Yeah, I mean, I want to see us push above this 15-minute gap here. Is really what I want to see. I mean, I could take a scalp long, but I'm just going to wait. What we got? We got like, no, I guess there's still 9 minutes on this 15-minute candle, so starting to go now. So you really could take a look. I could take a little scalp long here, but it wouldn't be for very many points. That's the only thing. I'd rather just wait until we clear this 15-minute gap, and then we'll go from there. Let's close above, and then we can be pretty confident we're at least going to see the highs. We got a pivot point. Is this it here right here? I don't even know. 711. I'm sorry, 111. Yeah, that is it. It's inside that box there. Just can't really see it all that well, but it's there. Pivot point there at 111. Go whichever way you want to go, Riggedy. Whichever way makes you money. That's the thing. People tell me all the time, they're like, oh, I'm going short, and I could be bullish, and then they still get 10, 12, 15 points. I mean, Oracle does it all the time. I'm thinking long. I'll say, I think we're going to go here, and Oracle will be on his video and say, oh, no, we're not going there. I'm taking a short. And then he wins. So, it doesn't matter. You can think two different things and still make money. And again, today we're just on eval, so. Here's the Express funded account. We did make $200 on it this morning. Nothing crazy. Just on that momentum move up. Kind of saw ES and Nasdaq get in sync. And we just took a little 5-point scalp off of it with 2 contracts. Nothing crazy. Seb's been taking 4-point shorts. Nice. I like scalping too. Obviously, you guys know I'm a scalper by heart. So that's why people say, "Why'd you sell so soon?" Well, that's because that's what I do. That's what we do. Is this thing going to pull back below the VWAP here? Kind of get the feeling it is. So if we do inverse this on the 1 minute here, we may take this. Even though we're kind of bullish, we'll see what happens. Gosh, dang. May take a second to run to the car, see if I got some cough drops out there. Like I said, I don't really expect it to. I am kind of bullish here, but you never know, right? Goodness. If you guys are new here, if you haven't already, hit the like button for me. Subscribe if you're not yet subscribed. We do appreciate it. It does help the channel. If it doesn't give me a notification when you subscribe, let me know down below that you did, and we will give you a proper thank you. We will give you a proper thank you. So no trades other than the one on the express funded, and then the one that we took this morning that you guys can see the entries here. We took 20 micros, and we took 10 off right there at that swing high, and then we stopped break even. We got stopped out. I used the 5 minute on that entry instead of the you could have got in on the 1 minute, but I used the 5 minute just for a little more certainty that it was going to go where I thought it was going to go. But so we made a little bit on it, not much. Still pushing here. Got about 4 minutes left on this 15-minute candle. We'll see if we can close above here in the next 4 minutes. If not, that's all right too. Let's just check and make sure we're not missing anything on the 2 minute. Normally I have these pulled up, but yesterday I accidentally took trades on the wrong account. And I don't want to have that happen again today. So we just have to manually switch between them, which is okay. I do got 30-second and the 15-second pulled up over here off stream, at least. And the 15-minute as well. And obviously the ES. Feels like we move higher, but who knows? I guess this technically was an entry here. I missed that. As we swept some liquidity here, pushed back up, pulled back down. This is kind of an order block. I guess you could have taken that. But then we did inverse this gap here. I didn't even notice that. Dodgy knows what, Peter? I've spoken to Dodgy. I know Dodgy knows. I spoke to Dodgy through DMs, and he said he was completely 100% fine. He didn't care. It's not, I mean, people act like I was, oh, it's been months and months. It was literally 4 or 5 trades on a practice account. I was on a practice account. If you guys were listening to my commentary that day, I clearly stated I was on a practice account trying something new. So today, this is what pretty much equates to a practice account, right? This is just a eval, Bulenox eval. Bulenox eval. All right, let's see what happens here. We're going to lose the VWAP. ES is still below it, never made it above it here. So that's one of those things where Nasdaq pushed above, didn't really get out of this area. And now the ES is still hanging out below there. So we will take this short if we close this little gap out right here. Even though I'm still kind of bullish, but we'll take a little short here and see. What I'll probably do is just reduce down to 5 micros. And we'll just take, we'll aim for this swing low here. So at this swing low, I'll take 5 off, and then we'll move our stop to break even on whatever's left and try to see if we can get a little more. Like I said, I'm ultimately bullish here, though, so I don't really know if I love this, to be honest. It didn't really close below there. It's pretty close. So we'll probably just take a short scalp here. If we breach that internal swing low there, we'll just move the stop to break even. If it closes back above, we just get out of it. Small size here, just 5 micros. Looking okay on the watt over here. No green or anything, although the volume's not very high. Like I said, we go to break even if we break that internal swing low here. Should accelerate down from there. If it doesn't, then we don't, you know. So we go to break even here. So it should get some acceleration down here if it's going to do it. Otherwise, we get stopped out for break even. Those are the options. Might get stopped here. Could have waited for the retest, then your break even would be a little better here, but that's all right. All right, stopped out for break even. Well, it's fine. It's going to happen sometimes. I mean, it could flip from here, Riggedy. It could. I mean, like I said, my bias is still kind of bullish, but that doesn't mean anything. I just take what I see. If this one, if I'd have got a better entry, if I waited for the retest, then I would have taken some off right there at that swing low. If you waited for the retest, that would have been 5.5, which is not great, but better than nothing. That one would have been 10 almost for the retest. Now, from what I understand, is you don't re-enter on the retest if it broke the internal swing low. So. What's going on, Archipelago? Okay, I'm going to try that again. Archipelago futures. What's going on? Hugo, this is a 1 minute time frame. And look at it go. Now, this actually might make sense. For a long, it probably would have made sense for a long there, but not going to take it. Too late. It would have made sense, apparently. It did sweep that low. Inverse this one. Closed above. That would have been a nice... Actually would have been a nice one, but that's all right. Oh, Sweet FX. Oh, what's going on, Sweet FX? Kid Poker up 135 on the eval. Nice, nice, nice. Are you trading the PAs at all today, Kid Poker? I hope your answer is no. Let me check that 5 minute right quick. Made a mess with oil today, down 800. That sucks. Yeah, I'd stay away from the PAs today if you could. Stay away, stay away. Yes, pushing above the VWAP there, getting going here. This thing is starting to get some legs. Starting to get some legs, guys and gals. Starting to go. Got about 7 minutes left on this 15-minute candle. We'll see. Can we take it off a lower time frame? Let's see. That long certainly would have been trusted more than that short. So feels kind of bad there, but probably shouldn't even have taken this because my bias was still long, but it was delivering from that bearish fair value gap there. So one never knows. Let's make this a better color. Felix is saying short above 17,105. Right there at it, Felix. Turning back down, what is that, 786 pullback there? Something like that. I always do that in the wrong. I don't know why I always do it in the wrong. It's opposite. The fib is opposite on different platforms. I don't know why. So kind of a 786 pullback. Yeah, Mr. Crooner, you're not wrong there. Just kind of trapping in both directions here. Just trying to be careful. The 33 says, looks like we are going down. We might. It's hard to know, right? I mean, like, I still have a bullish bias here, but I mean, since open, we've just, higher, low. Did break one, but ES is testing the VWAP here. Pushed above, now pulling back. Let's see if it can make it stick here or not. It's not looking like it wants to. $2,000 tick chart, waiting for confirmation. That's what Oracle's doing too. He's waiting for that confirmation. Yeah, if I was being a little more aggressive today, I probably would take a short here, just target that swing there. It's like 8 points, 7, 8 points. But we're not going to be aggressive. We're going to wait. I don't know. This actually kind of looked like a long setup to me, to be honest. Got an order block here on the 5 minute. Just traded right back down into it, getting a nice reaction out of there. See what the ES does here. Tight zone, yeah. Kirk season long, yeah, I'm thinking long too. It's kind of like that failed pivot look. I think we break this gap this time. Let's just wait and see, though. Until that happens, I don't really. I mean, I could take some more aggressive entries, but may as well just wait. Peter's looking long, too. Long duck dong. Is that right? Did I say it right that time? I don't know. Trader Oracle, he can tell me. Long duck dong. I don't know. ES looking weak here, though, is the only thing. See if the ES holds up here in the 30s and pushes back up. I guess. Let's zoom out. No. Let's see if the ES holds this area here. Close below 29. It's going to be troublesome there for the ES. Let's see. Would like to see it push here. I think it will. All right, ES pushing the 31s. Let's see if we go. You don't have to be the first person to the party. Well, it's still holding so far. ES is not really moving out of that area, though, just yet. The only kind of concerning thing there. We'll see what happens. Want to see the ES get going here to the upside if it's going to do it. You might want to retest the lows, though. Hard to tell. Really rejecting the VWAP here, both the ES and the Nasdaq this morning. Both are kind of failing to get above it. That's not a good look for the bulls, to be honest. Not a good look for the bulls. So we got to close below there. That's telling us that we're probably going to take this at least. So maybe we'll take a quick short on the retest and we'll just target this low if we get a retest. If we don't, then we won't. We just won't participate. It's just not I mean, I suppose you could target that low. Put your stop at break even once we eclipse this one. It's kind of what we tried to do earlier and it didn't work. So get some bullish volume popping in here watching the WADA. So I'm not going to just jump in short here. Since I see a bunch of green on the WADA, I'm going to wait. Still got green on the WADA there. ES pushing as well, so ES back to 3150 here. Volume starting to pop through. Just watching. A lot of buy volume coming in here. Got a little lightsaber of red there for a moment. I mean, is this thing going to push or not? I don't know. Kind of on the fence on this one. For that reason, we probably should stay out of it, right? Peter thinks this is short. That could be. All right, I see some volume coming in now, red volume. I'm just going to target this swing here, guys. That's it. Nothing crazy. And we're going to have break-even stop already. There we go. Nice and easy. Tried to move my stop to break-even twice once we eclipse that swing there. You could hold this for more, but I'm just going to take the low-hanging fruit there. I mean, the close below is kind of your idea, right? That's kind of letting you know that it should at least take this swing. This push back up, I waited. I'm watching the WADA. If you guys are unfamiliar with the WADA, I'm assuming most of you guys know what the WADA is. There's some new people in here, so maybe they don't. So this is my 10-second chart on TradingView. I keep the pivots on here and the WADA ATAR explosion on the 10-second chart. So this is what I was watching. Reason why I didn't just enter short there, you can see down here, you can see the green right in there. So I waited for that first red candle to close above this green one, and that's when I took my short. So kind of just gives you a little idea there. You know, because it could have blasted right back through there, right? So that's what I'm watching there. You guys hear me say the WADA. That's what I mean. Like I said, this thing could go lower. You could target the swing here, but my overall bullish is still my overall buy is still bullish though for now. So LT white bread ES 5-minute possible fair value out inversion could see the lows if it does. Let me look. I only got the 3-minute pulled up on the ES. Yeah, I do see that. So it would inverse it at 29.50 if it closes below. Now, we don't have that same look on the NAS. Yeah, we don't have the same look here. We are just ranging here. Kind of in a range. The M pattern on the 2K tick chart taking it down. I didn't see the. There's one right here too. Overslept for the first time in a long while. Missed the open. Nah, you're all right. What a doing? What are you doing? There you go. So we kind of retested that one more time there. Yeah, that ES is holding that gap so far. If you guys haven't already, hit the like button for me. Subscribe if you're not yet subscribed. It is the last stream of the year, last trading day of the year. So if you guys are looking to pick up an account, we do got 71% off APEX. Link down below. Coupon code down below. 90% off of Bulenox is still working. So that coupon code's in the banner there for the 90% off. The banner above. If you guys are signing up for a Topstep account, please use my link, whether you're resetting an account or signing up for something new. If you are a new Topstep customer, you do get 20% extra off using my link. And you also get 50% off your first reset. So keep that in mind. I guess really, I'm saying that I'm bullish, but I mean, as long as we hold below this 15-minute bearish gap here, then we're probably, longs are probably out of play there. We close above this, we'll most certainly kind of see the London highs there, at least, which is not a huge range, but that's kind of what I'm thinking. I don't really expect these small gaps to be respected, so I think we close above here, we see these highs at least. Until that happens, we could just sell. Really watching the ES. If the ES holds 20, 27, 28 area, then I think the upside's still possible. So, hey, LT White Bread, welcome to the Methodical Crew. Thanks for the subscription. You the man. You the man. Volume actually starting to look like it's going to be down to the downside currently. I mean, could be. Until there's a significant low, significant support broken, then I'm still bullish. Until we break 27 strong on the ES there, 28, and it's not bought back up immediately, kind of like, I mean, Mancini has really good information. I love Mancini's information. You guys know that. But, I mean, he just tells you, 28 was key support. We just defended again now for the 6th time. This level is a magnet. As posted, we remain in holiday chop. Don't overtrade. Volume returns on Tuesday. No changes. As long as 28 holds, 38.47 are alive. 28 fails. Dipped to 23.15. Excuse me. And I already have those levels all marked out. So I kind of use that for reference. I don't know what that girl was doing putting on those socks down there. Sorry you guys had to see that. I just noticed that. Putting on some big fluffy socks. So anyways, yeah, until we break that 28 level, I'm still thinking that we move up, but I'd like to see us get above the 113 on the 15-minute chart. Close above here. And we actually might. I hate when this thing does this. Okay. I wanted to see if there was a gap on the 5-minute. There's not. Let's check the good old 2 minutes. All you saw was the socks. I know. I do apologize. So you could take a long here, I suppose. Kind of target that swing, that swing. I don't know. I don't think I'm going to keep. I keep saying that I'm like expecting us to move up, but then I took a short. This was a long over here. I took this morning. This one was pre-market. I took this off the 5-minute. So you can see, anticipated the close above there. So I got long, just targeting that swing. Took half off here, stopped to break even. And was targeting there, but I got stopped out break even. You would have gotten that. Actually, you probably would have got stopped out there anyway, even if you got the most optimal entry, unless you didn't move your stop. Ciao. Chaos today. I mean, it's not been, I don't say the price action's not been horrible this morning. It's been okay. It's pretty choppy. We're just rangy, right? But it's still tradable to a degree. Alpine probably likes this action. As you know, I don't think he's streaming today, is he? I thought I said yesterday he wasn't streaming. But he probably likes this action because he can, you don't have to worry too much about getting, if you're in on the wrong side, it's probably going to come back, at least for now. Yeah, it's definitely chopping now. Alrighty. Let's see what Nutty's up to this morning. Nutty's up $7. Green is green. We'll take it. $7. It does look like he's taking a couple of trades. Like most of them been break even. Most have been break even, which is fine. Break even, I'd rather break even than a loser. That's for sure. Alito in the house. What's going on, Alito? How did Rat Lord end up? I had him pulled up, but I have him muted because I don't have my headphones on today. Did he end up green? It looked like he did, but I wasn't 100% sure. And also, how you doing, Alito? How you doing? You in green? You green? We're up $202.50 and then $223 on the express funded. That's the extent today. I think we've taken, what, 3 trades this morning? This one here, break even, and then 5 points. I think that was 5 points. May not have been quite. Yeah, 5 points. He's ending at negative 400. It sucks. It's going to happen, though. Keep the losses small. Keep the losses small, and then you'll be good to go. Oh. I'm hungry this morning. I didn't eat any breakfast. Might have been a bad idea. I need to lay some meat out, make me some burgers. Maybe for dinner. Some good old burgers. you guys are just joining us, apparently the 90% off for Bulenox is still good. So, got that in the banner there. So, again, there's that. Where's that short play that we took? Nah, it closed above. Did it close above? Actually, it didn't. It was very close, but it didn't close above. The ES is trying to inverse that 5 minute. How many? What we got? 1 minute left on that ES candle. So that gap held there so far. 15-minute held strong. There's that expansion there. So we kind of want to see this gap stay open. I'd like for it to go ahead and take that low there. Would be nice. I mean, did I miss anything here on the 5 minute? I don't think I did. Not really. I guess you can be almost certain we're going to take out this 65 now. That was a retest of the 100 1 hour. Nice. I mean, could have jumped in there for this push through 65, but to me, like I said, I'm not being aggressive this morning, so. Check out the 2 minutes. I mean, we got to run the 65, right? That's what you'd think. $960 next. You think we'd be 100 points down? We could. What happened there on the ES, though? Look at the ES. We pushed below the low, 25. Immediately got rebought. We're back up above 28 there on the ES. So I'm watching 30-second chart here. If we close above 83.50, we'll take a long, target the VWAP. But would like to see the low ran first. It would be nice, but yes, look, I mean, big wick there on the 5 minute candle. It did close below though, didn't it? Yeah, it did close below. So maybe it continues to push down. I mean, really on the ES, yeah, you're looking at 18, 19, 16, kind of that next area down. If we get through there. Let's just kind of see what happens here. Let's take a peek at that 1 minute one more time. I mean, I almost want to take a little short here, but it's gonna be kind of. It's not really that much. The risk to reward's not great, right? I wanted to take it because kind of created a little order block here, retested this middle here. Stop could have just went right there, 6 handles, and then you would target this 6. Actually, it would have been a 1-to-1, but and then boom. That's all right. Being a little less aggressive, so. ES back to the 26s here. We got that pivot point right there at the 58s, 57s, I guess you can see right there. Trying to zoom out a little bit. Come on. I mean, on the 5-minute, you got that swing low next. 55. I mean, to be honest with you, there's not a whole lot of resistance here. I think that's why I marked this 15-minute one out all the way down here. So, yeah, 17,030 might make sense. There's not a whole lot of resistance here. This thing could just go. Andy's long 1 micro, long duck dong. Andy's counter trending and once again. Oh, me. I guess that short right there. Yeah, I would have. That's the thing. I wouldn't have been stopped, I guess. I would have been stopped at break even no matter what, because we did take out that swing. But like you had those candles there. They almost closed above, but they just didn't quite get there. So let's see what happens. Like I said, I got a pivot point down there at 57s. Not a whole lot of resistance on the way down here, but really just watching the ES. Let's see if it bounces out of here, if it continues to sell. I got 08 marked out to the downside there on the ES. Feels bad to just sit here on my hands, but what can you do? 33 capitals out of the short. Like I said, not much going on down here until you get to the 30. It's really low resistance. I mean, there's just nothing that should stop this from making its way down here, possibly. You can see the 15-minute chart. I have that gap marked out. That's the next, when you step back from the screen, this is the next gap that kind of stands out, right? So that's why I marked that one. And then below there, you'd be down here in that kind of 960 area that someone called out a few minutes ago. Who was that? Seb? So, yes, down to 23 here. We really could push down here quite a bit. Feels bad sitting on my hands here, but like we're not in it. So if you're not in it, you're not in it. It's okay. Even if you think you know where it's going, I mean, if there's no setup, you can't just jump in. So clearly our bias, well, I don't want to say it was wrong, because we were thinking if we get above this, we would see the highs. We never got above. So in that scenario, I guess we were right. And we did say that ES had to lose a major support there at 28, which it did. It's down to 23 now, which is your next area of support. I don't think that's a very strong area of support, though. We might get through there. We'll see there. This is an area where we could potentially bounce, but I think we see these 30s. Would make the most sense. This weekly candle flips red. We could go down to 16,960. Yeah, I didn't even look at the weekly. You took a few micros. Nice. And there we are. There's that 15-minute gap there. Now, if we flip that gap, then, so we need to go back to the 15. If we flip this gap, then, you got that swing low down there at 985. And really, this here will be your next area. So that target there, 985, if we could flip this gap, which is 30-ish points. We only got, we got 1 minute on this 15-minute candle. Probably won't do it on this candle if we're going to do it. Let's check on the 5 minutes, see what it says. Similar, so you could take the 5 minute also. Let's kind of zoom in there. 5 minute would also be closing a below there if we were going to use the 5 minute. This thing makes me refresh so many times a day. That's the only thing that's annoying. Do you guys have to do that a lot on Quantimer too if you're flipping between charts? So we tapped into the 15-minute gap there, pushing back up. Let's see what happens. ES down to the 2250 here. Oh, it was good, JX. How was your Christmas? I haven't seen you in a while. See the pivot point down there at the 23s also be aware of. I guess we could probably go to the lower time frame and look for a long in this area if we hold this gap. But probably just wait and see what happens. Don't suppose we need that on there anymore. 985 is kind of your next down if we close below this. Close below this gap on the 5 minute, we should see 985. So I got the 30-second pulled up over here. Let's take a look. Not much there. ES test in the 20 here. This could be a big sell, guys. You might be right. Because the ES has room all the way down to 08s. That's the next area. So your 12 points on the ES is what? 70, 80 points on the NAS? 60, 65? Let's see if if the ES can reclaim here. If it can kind of reclaim 23, we can get moving back up. But if you're looking for it to continue down, you want it to kind of turn that 23 area into some resistance and continue to sell down here. So we got about 2 minutes left on this 5 minute candle. What would be the risk here? See, that's a pretty big gap. It's a pretty big gap on the 5 minute. I actually missed this one. Let's see. Let's kind of mark these out. I mean, I do think we see 85 here. It kind of looks that way, but oh, back to work. I got you. Tough for me to do anything here. mean, I guess in hindsight, we did have that 5-minute gap there, and we closed below it. And we didn't take this swing. That would have been your entry on the 5-minute there. Actually, there is right there. In hindsight, that would be your entry or the push back up for the retest and then sell. I even had that marked out from this morning. We had it marked out, but we missed it. It's all right. Like I said, not going to FOMO into it here. We'll wait for some sort of setup, or we just won't take anything. It's all right. That's the way it goes. Feels like you're chasing it, even if it closes below this. Riggedy just took a short. I mean, I want to. I really want to, but I'm also trying to be a little more patient today. I mean, chances are, right, this thing closes below here, we see 85 at least. But look at the distance of your stop. I mean, you're going to have a 16 handle stop even if it pushes back up to retest here. At minimum, your stop's going to be 16 handles. And I mean, yeah, you're looking at 28 points to that move down if it retests. Doesn't have to retest, as we know. So just thinking in terms of risk to reward here, I don't think it makes much sense for me to take it. So there's the retest. It doesn't have to take 85. No, it doesn't. I mean, we did take the, we took that swing already. Didn't take this one. You would expect it maybe to go to here. I don't know. That's why I didn't jump in short right there. I mean, you see this thing's pushing right back up into that gap. Sabo, what's going on? Doing all right. Yeah, I'm just trying some different stuff. JX, I have been trying different stuff over the last week. No excuses. How's the day going to pass all your evals? Did you trade more aggressively or maintain your strategy and rules? No, I did more aggressively. I'm a firm believer that you shouldn't take forever on the evals. So I traded those way more aggressive. Very aggressive, we would say. I usually would just kind of pick a direction at open and just full send them. If I'm being honest, that's what we did. Now, we could take an aggressive entry here. We could just go ahead and take this, but as I do think we see 85, we probably even sell lower, but man, I just don't want to have my stop. I could have taken the push up to the pivot there. Stop would have been much shorter, I guess. NQ bouncing at 17,000 psychological level. Yeah. And I don't like shorting into the whole number either. Typically what happens is we push below that whole number, maybe test 90s, mid-90s, mid to low 90s, and then we kind of get a little push back up and then continuation lower. ES tested the 14 area there, bouncing off of it back up to the 18s. Sabo, NQ can test 17,000. You're done for the year. Had a nice short on NQ, going full throttle for the next year. Nice. Your strategy too, blew one today, trading like a maniac. Yeah, that's what I do. No excuses. Was the news in that drop? No, Shawnee, there was no news that I know I didn't see any. Yeah, that's what I do. No excuses. I actually copy mine. I link them all together. Usually would link somewhere between 5 and 6 together at one time and just full send them at open. 62 ticks, 10 contracts, and you either pass or fail. No stop out, even if it's a situation where you take some drawdown or you're up 2,000, it looks like it's stalling. I just it's all or nothing. That's the way I do it. Yeah, are we going to test the 17,000 here or what? Are we going to get through there? What's the deal? Let's see if we can get through there. I don't know. Kind of watching the WADA here. See some buyers. The ES is still kind of trending lower here. Trying to push on down, retest the 14 area once again. Let's see if it wants to push through there. Kind of looks like it does. We should test the 17,000 here. I think we see that 85, but let's just see what happens. I guess the question is, how does it get there, right? That's always the question. So ES down at 17 here, low 1450. See the Nasdaq holding up there about the 10 area. Putting in a higher low so far. Got about 3 minutes here until the top of the hour. Let's see if that gives us some energy to kind of push down lower there or not. Trying to test the gap here. See if it holds below the pivot there at the 23s. Yeah, looking kind of like it wants to go, but let's see. You got some buyers over here on the WADA. ES bouncing as well. Pullback. Could be. It's kind of testing that pivot there now. See if we hold below there. Uh, 31. Seb, short both ES and NQ. Nice. Low range, we'll get to target. I just don't like the ES bounced back up to 19. Let's see if this thing starts pulling back here, though. Looks like it wants to. In Rothable, like 14 months. Trading for 14 months there, I think. Or maybe it's 13. Just over a year. Just over a year. So holding below the pivot so far right now. Yeah, it should sell, but we'll see. I don't know. Bringing above the pivot there, testing it. Yep, starting to go. This is why I didn't want to take the short in this area, just because this stop's just too long. I could still theoretically take it here. Riggedy broke even. That's better than red. It's always better than red. I guess we could throw in like a micro or something. Had a little lightsaber of sellers there for just a moment. And then they went away. We'll toss in one micro here. Obviously, a close above, we just take it off. ES is back to the 21 right there. I say, kind of want that ES turn that 23 area into some resistance there. Stay below that. Would be nice. Got about 2 minutes left on this candle. Let's see if it closes above. If it does, we just kill it. It's just one micro, so not a big deal. Yeah, it's just one micro, Emmanuel. I think we should test that. We should retest that 17K level at least, but we break below this swing here, we'll move to break even if we do. So pushing back below the pivot there. Want to stay below there. Yes, right there at the 21s. Kind of stone wall right here at the 20s so far. If it's going to go, we should really see some expansion to the downside here. All right, starting to move here. So if we break below this swing here, we'll move to break even. Actually, I'm probably just going to go ahead and go to break even here. Locking in $2. $2. Big money. Yeah, I didn't think about taking it on the micros. It just kind of hit me. I was like, oh, I'm on the micros. We can just throw in a micro here. All right, we should get some expansion down here. Maybe we might not hit 85 on this expansion down. I would like us to, though. Yep, 17,000 bounce. I wanted to see a push right through there. Well, I guess we got 98.50, 98.75. So it might get stopped out here on this bounce. Let's just see. We have a decent entry, right? We're deep in the gap there, so if it's going to continue down, that should kind of be protected. Well, Riggedy, it's one of those things where, like, this gap's so big, it doesn't look like it on the chart here, but I mean, that's 17 handles. It's just too big for me to take on, 10 micros on. I would love to, trust me, but it's too big to do that. So if I would have taken more than one, I'd probably scale a little bit, 97. All right, we want to see some expansion right through here. If we start to show any kind of strength, I'm going to just kill it. I want to see push right through there. A little drama here at the 90. That's the expansion we want to see. Oh, come on. I'm going to take it off there. We kind of double bottomed. Didn't take it by a tick. So I'm just going to take it off there for a little small profit. $50 or whatever it was. I don't even know. It would have been nice to have taken it with, 28 points there with more than one micro. But because of the risk to reward, we kind of double bottomed right there. That's why I just went ahead and took it off. Could still make it through there, right? But I'm just trying to be logical here. Trade it still the same way I would even if I had a mini. So took half off at 92. Probably a good call. I mean, I expect to bounce back above the whole number here, but I was expecting us to take 85 per first. So yeah, why you don't ever take it off at break even? Yeah. I mean, that's the thing. Like, sometimes it's gonna save you money. Sometimes it's gonna cost you money. Just how it is. So what do we get there? 85.50. My take profit was 85. 85.25. Yeah, 85.50. So literally 2 ticks away there. Like I said, it's probably going to get it. I expect to bounce back up. We know a push below the whole number typically doesn't stick the first time. I just didn't want to hold it through that. I would have probably scaled some off there, and then held for the final target. It's probably going to get through there. ES still has not ran the 14s. It didn't make new lows. So Nasdaq making new lows. ES did not. 2024 resolution: stop holding losers. Kid Poker, that's an excellent resolution. I like it. 16,960, Mr. Crooner. It makes sense. I mean, it really does when you look at it. You zoom out. Let's go to the 15-minute. That's kind of your next area down if you zoom out. You have this bullish gap that we're trading into right now. And the low of that gap is 965. So if we close this gap out, we could actually go quit a bit further. So that's the gap that we just broke into. And that's where that wicked into the other day. But if we close this gap out, then yeah, we see 58.50 for sure. Maybe even 39s, 40 area, kind of the midpoint of this order block here. And if you took the short from way up there and you're still in it, awesome job. There was an obvious short here that I missed. Hopefully some of you guys didn't miss it. I'm sure some of you guys didn't miss it. But, a 5-minute gap there. Actually, we violated that one. So I don't know. Does that count? I don't know that it does. Maybe that doesn't. I might be looking at that wrong. But either way, there was a setup on the smaller time frame. Just where was it? So we closed below here. Yeah, so right there. The only reason why I didn't love this setup is just because, like, we didn't really take out any significant. Well, we did deliver from a 15-minute fair value gap. I guess that's all you need. But it almost closed back above and didn't, and then just sold. And there's the target, 85. Guess Oracle called it this morning. He said we were going to sell today. We were going to sell. And we are selling so far. Sad thing is I did take the short in my express funded in the same retest of the pivot there, and I just took it off for 5 points. I took it off one mini. I was short from 22, and I took it off at 17. We dumped another, 40 points. That's all right. It's going to happen, right? $960 incoming, Mr. Crooner. My resolution, Kid Poker, is to hold winners. That's my resolution. Hold winners longer. Either trade the micros and be able to scale, which is kind of what I'm leaning towards, or just holding winners longer altogether. That's my resolution. If you guys haven't already, hit that like button for me. If you're not yet subscribed, please subscribe. It does help the channel. We do appreciate it. Bouncing off a pivot right there at the 70. It's like Nutty jumped in on that short. He's up $564. Good job, Nutty. Oh. He actually took a long and then a short. He took a long off that bounce. Looks like. All right, there's 65. Woo, she's going. Like I said, kind of that 40 area. I mean, I'm just eyeballing this. I'm not measuring it out, but it's like halfway down that order block there. Usually when you see an order block or something like that on a 15-minute chart, it's pretty strong, but I don't know if it makes it through there. Closes below here, we're off to the races. Could be a big pullback, another 150 points. We only got 3 minutes left on this candle, so... If only we'd held, right? Trader Tom says amateur traders do the opposite. They hold losers and cut winners. Yeah, exactly. Nice job, Seb. This is violent. It is 67. Playing micros is easy. You're not wrong, Zeb. I mean, that trade right there with micros did feel better. So I might start doing that a little more. So, yeah, it's pretty money. Peter, game over. Going down. Just waited for that one red candle on the pullback. Yeah, makes sense. The 5-minute strat turnout GX, pretty nice. Let me see. I didn't make another video on it. The last video is going to be the last video on that. But I'll tell you the final stats here. I think we were up around $10,000 in... all right, here we go. $9,797 through 16 weeks on the 5-minute strategy. 48% win rate, $653 per week on average. And I'm going to go back and fine-tune those stats too. So I'm going to go back and figure out the average drawdown, the average winner, the average loser, and we'll make another video, just kind of a final update on that. But that's what it was. Seb's going along for a few. Yeah, I mean, we're holding this order block area, right? Like I said, this is not exact, but we did bounce out of there strong. And on the ES, we bounced right off 05. My marked out area for the support on the ES is 04 to 08. So along here actually kind of makes sense. And on the 32nd, we did just close above. Let's go back to the lower time frame here and zoom in a little bit. Let's see here. So 1 minute. Let's go to the 2 minute. Might be the best to look at. Yeah, it looks like 2 minutes is probably going to be a little better here. So yeah, if we can close above 80 on the 2 minute here, then probably see 17,000 again. What is this? Tick trader. What was that? Yeah. Yeah, you can't. It's 10K through 16 weeks. You won't be able to use a drawdown. I'll be right back. But yeah, as far as the 5 minute strategy goes, you're not going to be able to use that on a Apex account, in my opinion. You can, unless you, I mean, you really have to use 1 or 2 micros if you were going to, just because of the drawdown. But you could use it on 150K Topstep or anything with an end of day drawdown, and just stick with a few micros. So $10,000 through 6 weeks, 16 weeks would probably be more like, 1 or 2,000 with the micros there. So I wish I would have kept trading it through the end of the year there, but didn't. This was a bounce off the 200 EMA on hourly chart, first time in 3 weeks. Makes sense. But yeah, I would. I wish I would have kept at it with my live account, because I missed out on probably $1,000 worth of trades here towards the end of the year that we just didn't capture. So I didn't trade it this week, but could have. We could have. We just didn't. I actually don't think there was too many trades on it this week, but I wasn't really paying attention to it, to be honest. Still pushing lower here. I mean, if we lose that 08, let me look. 04 area. Mancini says after 6 taps of 48.28 in ES, it finally caved, producing a rare dip after 14 of the last 16 days green. 28 failed targeted 23, 15, 08 to 04, and arriving now at 08 to 04. Key support. Fell here starts deeper sell to 78. Bulls must reclaim 28 to resume up. So there you go. If 04 fails, we're going to sell down to a deeper sell to 78. That if we sell to 78 on the ES, that is going to be a pretty massive move on the well, I don't want to say massive, but a bigger move on Nasdaq there. I don't know where that could take us. I mean, that could take us way down here. All right, I'm going to take a quick break, guys and gals. Give me 5 minutes. I'll be right back. Ooh, there she goes. All the way down to the 40s now. Ooh, thanks, Paul. Appreciate it. Happy New Year to you as well. Look at her go. Look at her go. So we just start buying every bounce. Start selling every bounce. Is that the idea? Nah. Probably not. Like I said, this is kind of the midpoint of this order block. I assume it is. I don't know. I was just eyeballing it. Yeah, pretty close. This chart looks so crazy with all these, with the VWAP and all that stuff on there. These pivots. When you're zoomed out like that anyway. Got like 3 minutes left on this 15-minute candle here. Just all red the last 4. 10:30 and it just said nope. Not today. That is the idea. Sell every until it doesn't work. Yeah, it only takes one not working, right? Sell them all. Sell them all. Man, I guess we sold too early down here at 994. We're only, 50 points lower. Probably were some accounts blown and some evals passed. Some accounts blown and some evals blown up. Ready to go. Kid Poker, what you looking like over there? I haven't heard from you in a minute. Oh, there he is. Up 750 on eval. I was about to say, what's going on over there, Kid Poker? Don't be long in this. Not yet. Yeah, that's true. Make a lot of money on one of them working. That's right. Well, I'm glad that we didn't chase this, right? We missed the short. We didn't chase it. We waited for another logical area. We didn't short down here because we were like, the risk is too high. We waited for a push back up. Then we took the short. And then we took it off at a logical spot, right? Could have held it a little bit longer, but I feel okay about that trade. I feel less okay about the mini that I was in. It didn't hold, but it's all right. So we can kind of take these off now. We've closed below those. This one as well. That one's still valid. Anybody just blindly short the 15-minute fair value gap this morning? Total of 2K on eval. You took some good losses today as well. Yeah, I mean, losses are going to happen. Let's be honest. So ES down to 48.03. It's going to need to hold this level. This might not be a bad area to take a stab long, to be honest. Yeah, Wayfarer, that's what I was saying. Not a bad area to take a stab long. Jack's flat until next year. Good idea. ES is at that support there, 03 to 04 to 08. So if it holds here, which it is so far, this would be, we could get a bounce here. And the NQ just said no bounce is necessary. You had to pay for the PA. Nice job. Good job, JX. Yeah, be careful here until the ES breaks. If the ES doesn't break this area, then just be careful. Waiting on another 90% sale. Let's hope we get one soon. I don't know when. Bulenox does have a 90% off, but, you know, their rules are a little bit different. Try the full send 2 and 2. Yeah. That's always one way to do it. Did I guess Apex never said anything else about their, it's like, when does this, okay, so this sale ends at the new year. 71% off ends in 2 days. If you guys have just joined us or whatever, I guess Bulenox is still having the 90% off sale. I don't know if anybody's checked it lately, but someone checked the earlier, even though they said it was going to end at midnight last night. The code was still working earlier. I'm trying to go through I got a proper journal for next year. I'm going to start in the new year, being able to write down my trades. I don't keep up with mine electronically. Probably would be easier, but my girlfriend got me a journal because normally I just have a stack of papers here and I journal everything on here. I guess she sees that and was like, got me a journaling book. Be a little easier to keep everything organized too, because like right now I have to search through. When these get out of order, I have to search through them, as I'm doing right now, to find what we're looking for. There we go. Come on, bulls. Quest Kariba. You're long till, okay, 16,890. You're going to get long at 16,890. Budapest was nice. I've never been there. Never been there. Probably a nice place. But anyways, 90% off coupon in the banner there. And then also, if you guys are signing up for a Topstep account, please use my link down below. If you just click the link, that helps us, helps the channel. And you also get you get an extra 20% off if you're a new customer. You get 50% off your first reset. And if you're resetting an account or signing up for a new account, please use the link. It does help us. Shows activity, and that's what we want. But yeah, I hope Apex has a nice. Hopefully they have a sale here soon. Who knows? Like somebody said earlier, they're trying to build the hype up for the next sale. The hype is real. Long 5 micros. Nice. Yeah, Costa Smeralda. I don't know what that is. I've never been there either. I need to get to some of these places. Got to get there. All right. It's hard for me to look for anything right here in this area. I mean, anything other than long doesn't make sense right now. But I'm not even 100% trusting of a long, to be honest. But long does make sense right now. That's the probably makes more sense than a short until ES breaks this support, the 04s. And by break it, I mean really break it. Let's get through that 4,800 level, kind of base, and then move lower. We've tested the 04s. We kind of base there, so it's where all the super yachts stop. I don't have a super yacht. Hold or blow, Andy. Oh, should I join you, Andy, with 30 micros? No, I'm just kidding. We could. What's your target up, Andy? Where are you looking for it to go to? Like 70? Pivot point right there at 69. Or are you just looking for a massive move, a complete reversal? One of those V-shaped reversal deals, which they do happen. Let me see here. I think Nutty is long, Andy. Just so you know. $200 EMA on 1 hour on ES is at 4,800. Nice. Yeah, that would make sense too. I need to bring up those. I really need to start, looking at the higher time frame on the ES as well. You're just looking for a reversal. Gotcha. With Bulenox, what's the max in micros on a 50,000 account? I'm going to think that should be 70. I think it's 70 micros. Let me make sure. Let's make sure. So it's 7 contracts, 7 minis, so it should be 70 micros. I believe. Somebody correct me if I'm wrong there. And also, one of the things about the Bulenox is, let me find the actual accounts here. One of the things about Bulenox is if you pass in 1 day, oh, you're talking about on APEX. No, wait. Bulenox, what's the max? APEX trailing drawdown really sucks. Well, it's still a trailing drawdown. You got a lot of break evens, and they feel like losses. Yeah. You're not wrong there. I like Topstep for that, but let's see. Let me look for the micros set up right now. I want to say it's 70. I could be wrong though, but it should be a 10-to-1 convert. It should be 10-to-1. I think Topstep's the only one where it's not 10-to-1, as far as I know. I was saying something about, what was I talking about? I don't remember. So yeah, 90% off Bulenox right now. Like I said, if you sign up for the account, only thing to be aware of is if you fail the account, make sure you cancel it, because it does renew at full price if you don't. So just make sure if you do sign up for an account that you do cancel it. And I don't suggest anything above 50K on Bulenox because of the activation fee. So yeah, I think it's 50. I think it's 70 micros. I think I looked on their website. I don't see it. Quick start. Oh yeah, that's what I was gonna say. So if you pass the evaluation with Bulenox, you know, a lot of people don't know this, but if you pass the evaluation with Bulenox there, you can just go here and select pass qualification request. So like if you hit the profit target in 1 day, just come here and select this, and they'll go ahead and fund you, even though it says like 5-6 days, whatever it is. You can't, if you pass it in 1 day, they'll go ahead and let you get the funded account in 1 day. All right, here we go. Let me find this. No scaling, end of day, commission reset, multiple accounts. Nope. Rules. Maximum position size. Okay, we know that. It doesn't say anything in here about size. I know it's 7 minis, though. I know that. So it should be 70 micros. It's end-of-day drawdown. With Topstep, they don't do the equivalent. No. So with Topstep's end-of-day drawdown, you have a $1,000 daily loss limit, and your total drawdown's $2,000. And Topstep is not, it's not 10-to-1. So theirs is a 1-to-1 conversion. So if you can trade 2 minis or 5 minis in the 5 minis in the evaluation, you can only trade 5 minis or 5 micros. So it's a 1-to-1 conversion, which is stupid. But they say they're working on it, but I haven't heard anything yet. 10 trading days, Kirk, to request a payout, but you have to leave the safety net in the account. You have to leave the $2,600 in the account if you plan on keeping the account. You can take it out, but the account effectively is closed if you do that. So you have to leave the safety net in the account with Bulenox. Take it out, it closes the account, but 10 trading days. And important note on Bulenox, their 10 trading days is from the time that you take the payout until the time that you receive the payout, or the payout's process. It's not the day you requested it. So important to know that. It's really the only kicker for it. And that kind of like, at first I was like, man, that sucks. But I guess if you can close the account and take the payout, what's the big deal? It's not really much difference. You can have up to 11 funded accounts at one time, but you can only actively trade 3 at one time that are below the threshold. So if you got 3 accounts that are below 20, if you got, let's say you got 11 funded accounts, but they're all below the 2,600 threshold, you can only trade 3 at one time. So as you get one above the threshold, you can start trading another, so on and so forth. That's part of the reason why I haven't been trading my Bulenox. I have 3 funded accounts with Bulenox. I haven't been trading them lately because two of them is in drawdown. One is a brand new account. So I have those 16 funded accounts with APEX, and then I have the funded accounts with Topstep as well. So the 3 funded with Topstep and 2 kind of waiting in the wings, or 3 waiting in the wings there if I need them. So if APEX has a 90% off sale, we might get back up to 20 accounts. We'll see. This is ES held right there, 48.01 on the low. It held. This thing's starting to push here. Andy's reversal trade starting to pay. Yeah, Philly, I don't mind the Bulenox for 90% off. You just have to be aware of the rules. That's all. I don't mind it at all. It's especially, I mean, you got to look at it from the perspective of like, okay, I'm going to pay $17 for a Bulenox account versus basically $50 for any other account. So you could literally get 3 or 4 Bulenox accounts there, 3 at least, for the same price as 1 right now. 1 APEX, 1 Topstep, so on and so forth. As long as that code's still working, somebody let me know. Give it a try. Is it still working? Let me refresh my coupon codes and see if it's still on there. It looks like it's still there. It doesn't tell me when it's ending, which is odd. As long as it works, who cares, right? Pushing here, pushing the 70 right there, pivot point right there at the 69s. A little bit of buyers popping in here. Nasdaq's or ES about to retest the 08s off that 01 area there. Lex is the man. Just bought 5 accounts. You the man. You the man. Appreciate it. Certainly helps, guys. Anything helps. I mean, nothing for me to do here. I guess we could check. This is the 5-minute. Let's look at the smaller time frame and just see. I don't see anything on the 30-second yet. Do we miss anything? Don't see anything there on the 1 minute. I guess we did just miss this long. On the 2 minute here, we could have taken this long. Kind of inverse this 2 minute gap here. So just closed above right there. So that actually would be your entry. you have another one here. I mean, above there, we probably revisit 17,000. Appreciate that, Lex. Break even for the day. Nice. Good job. Going for your profit now. Yeah, I've been very conservative today. Compared, you guys, if you've seen me trade before, you know that I'm not typically this conservative, but being a little more conservative today, being the last day of the year. Just a little more conservative. That's all. I got about 10 seconds left on this candle. Is that right? I think. Let's see if we can push above there. Next target 85. You've been in this long for ages. It's paying now, though, right? $95. Yeah, I think that 95 is completely reasonable. I think that this right here would kind of be the most. If we close above there, if we close above here, then we should go to there. I may take a filler long here if we close above there, just maybe 1 or 2 micros. Should have taken it down here, but in blues. What's that, Quest? I don't know what that means. Did I miss something? Average price 55. Nice. Yeah, that's a good entry. We got about a minute left on this 2-minute candle. We'll see if it closes above. If it closes above here, we'll take it. I mean, a little bit of a, I don't think it's going to close above now looking at it, but a little bit of a riskier long there because this would have been the entry down here. Missed the trade. Looks like a strong reversal, but you're short here with scaling. Yeah, you could still be short here. We are holding that 2-minute gap right there so far. What we got going on, Kid Poker? You see how the ES pushed above 08 right there, really tested 08. Now it's pulling back. It's turning that support into resistance, which is not a good look for the bulls, but let's see if it can push through there. You trade 5-minute here. Oh, is Apex is banned? That's crazy. Oh, MT5. You have trade MT5. I wonder why they're banned. I know some countries you can't trade Topstep and APEX. I mean, for whatever reason. I don't pretend to know what that's about. Kid Poker's long. Well, we're holding the pivot here, Kid Poker. You're probably okay. You're probably all right. As long as we hold this pivot and ES can keep pushing here, then we'll be okay. But those are the ifs. Maybe, maybe not. Oh, it's gambling. And I thought Georgia was strict on gambling. Man. What country are you in, if you don't mind saying? Oh wait, that's Wayfarer. Quest, what country are you in there? Georgia doesn't like gambling, that's for sure. Yeah, I got a little reversal going here, Kid Poker. That's the thing. Like, ES has rejected the 08s there. If we lose this pivot, I kill it. But we can hold this pivot, then you'll be okay. Pump. It's pushing. What's your entry, Kid Poker? I mean, it can't be any worse than 80. That's the high on the push back up. All right. I would consider cutting it loose. Living in Australia. Oh, you're in Kenya? Gotcha. You really like poker in Georgia Bandit Online? Yeah. Rickety. Yeah. Well, that's why I don't play online anymore. I did for a long time. I mean, you could play, there's a couple of sites you can still play on, but I just don't trust them. Tick scalping is not gambling. I mean, I don't know if I like gambling. I'm not sure. We don't gamble. Seb wants the 90s. Give him the 90s. If it close above here, you'll get the 90s. Kid Poker, getting out break even though is better than don't jump back in unless it's proper setup, man. Sometimes getting out break even is better than taking a loss. So lost $8. Yeah, that's break even. I mean, we might hit the 17K here. Who knows? I mean, it's one of those. Like I said, if we held the pivot there, it's probably okay. Didn't like that the ES was pulling back there. Tested the 04s once again. Now it's back, pushing back up those 7s. I want to see this candle close above, and I would have taken that long, but got another minute and a half on this candle now. Gots to be happy. All right, now she's pushing, though. It may just go without me here because I want to wait for confirmation. All right, we might take a little small stab here to 89. Let's see here. Got 40 seconds on this candle. I'm just trying to make sure it closes above. All right, I'm going to take a stab here. 2 micros. And yes, we're taking one off at 89 right there. Closed above. So stop will be a close below. At 89, we'll take one off and we're going to go to break even. A little bit more of a high risk long here, but we'll take it. Just 2 micros, not that big a deal. So we should at least be able to push to the 89, I think, but who knows? We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. This probably be the probably will be the last trade that we take. So no matter what happens here, can't lose, right? Can't lose on the day, because we'll close. I'm going to close below anyway. So there's the retest. Might have could have got a little better entry there if we'd waited for a retest. So let's see what happens. It'll either be a winner or a loser. Those are the two options. I guess break even's an option too. Got 20 seconds left on this candle. If it closes below, we just kill it. Like I said, we missed the entry. The entry's down here. We missed the true entry. The entry that made the most sense. So don't have a whole lot of faith in this second entry, but we'll see what happens. Still could work. The position, we are long, Hucklehead. Long from 84. Long, I can't. Long duck dong. From 84 here. Close below this box, we get out. We hit the target here, target number 1. We go to break even. So right there was a little push at the new top of the hour. Let's see if this thing got enough to push us right through there. So we're going to take one off right there, 89, and then 90 area. And then we go to break even if we get it. Should get some expansion here if we're going to get, if it's going to go, right? If we're on the right side here, it should go quickly. All right, break even. There we go. So can't lose on it. Next target, 17,001. I don't love our entry, to be honest. Would like for it to have been closer to the gap there. So we'll probably get stopped out here, break even, but let's just see what happens. Seb's still looking for 95 to 100. Yeah, but you got a much better entry than I did. Well, that's like 50 points for you, Seb, right? Didn't you say 55? I think you're along from. Now, what we could do, we could put our stop down here and just take a break-even trade, right? Because our first target gave us 6 points. So we could put our stop. And we may just do that. So we'll put our stop right here. And we still will break even on the trade. Right? That might make the most sense. Yeah, it may not have mattered. There you go. So anyway, still made a few bucks on it. Not much. I think $11. But was just trying, like I said, this is more of a high risk. I mean, really more of a high risk entry there. The entry really was down here. We knew that. But we'll take some money there. We could kid poker. I mean, that's the thing. You just don't actually know, right? I would say until the ES kind of closes above 20-ish area, then you don't really know. But I do think that's going to wrap it up for me, guys and gals. That's going to be the final stream of 2023. I do appreciate you guys watching and joining me here. Once again, if you are interested in trading futures, all the links down below there, Topstep, APEX, and Bulenox. 7 Money needs 1.5K. Yeah. Well, you'll get it. You'll get it next week, I'm sure. But all the links down below. If you guys are going to be signing up, please use my link. It does help the channel. We do appreciate it. And if any news comes out, I'll let you guys know. We will have a video coming out tomorrow and Sunday as usual. And if I don't see you guys before the new year, have a happy new year. We do have the link down below for the Discord. Didn't mention that today. If you guys are interested in the Discord, it's $10 a month. So, but that's it. Appreciate you guys. Have a happy new year, and I will see you guys on Tuesday. Thanks for watching.